What if I told you that most people around you are sleepwalking through the most transformative decade in human history? Right now, this very second, technology is moving faster than any of us can truly grasp. And while some people are waking up, learning, adapting, most are still scrolling, still binge-watching, still playing it safe, and without even realizing it, they're getting left behind. Most people don't realize it yet, but we're already living in two different worlds. In one world, people are still living by rules that stopped working years ago. Wake up, commute, work, distract, sleep, and all repeat. They scroll TikTok, they chase dopamine hits, they complain about the algorithm. They treat the internet like entertainment, they treat technology like magic, something they consume but never control. And they don't even see the problem in that. In the other world, people are waking up, they're using the exact same internet, but differently. They're not just scrolling, they're actually building. They're not just consuming, they are creating. They're using new tools, AI, no code, to do what used to take teams of people, millions of dollars, and 2 whole years to do. And this split is not loud, it's not dramatic. It's quiet, invisible, but it's happening fast. The people in the first group, they don't notice because everything feels the same. The apps look the same, the platforms look the same, but underneath all that, everything is changing. We've entered an era where one person with a laptop can build things that used to take companies, some capital, and several years to create. And here's the uncomfortable truth. No one is coming to tap you on the shoulder and tell you to switch sides. There's no announcements, no permission slips. Either you see it or you don't. And if you don't, you'll wake up in 5 years wondering, how did they get so far ahead? What did I miss? Because while one group was binge-watching shows and doom-scrolling Twitter, the other group was experimenting, learning new tools, building tiny projects, stacking skills, testing ideas, failing at all of it and building it again, and moving on. The result is that the first group is stuck in place, while the second one is moving at a pace that compounds and fast. That's the real divide. It's not about luck, it's about who's awake and who's sleepwalking. Here is what most people miss. The future doesn't unfold in neat little steps. It moves in curves, it moves in compounding momentum. And momentum doesn't look like much in the beginning. In the early days, it's invisible, it's slow, it's awkward, it's uncomfortable. One person spends an hour learning how AI tool works, one person signs up to that no-code builder they've been curious about, one person builds something small, like a website, an automation. It doesn't look like a big deal, but meanwhile their friends are watching Netflix, swiping on Instagram, waiting for the next weekend. In day 1, there's no difference. Day 30, still subtle. But fast forward 6 months. One person has momentum, the other has another playlist of shows they barely remember. That's the thing about momentum. It's not about speed, it's about direction. Small consistent steps create non-linear results. And here's the wild part. Technology amplifies this. Because once you start using modern tools like AI automation or digital leverage, you're not just walking faster, you're building engines that move even when you're asleep. You know that AI system you built, it's still sending leads while you're at dinner. The newsletter you automated is still growing while you're on vacation. Or the mini product you launch is still earning while you're offline. It's not that you're smarter. Far from this, it's that you have systems working for you. And here's where most people blow it. They wait for the perfect time, they wait until they feel ready, they wait until they have time. But momentum, especially in this new AI era, doesn't come to people who wait. It comes to people who move, even when it's messy, even when it's small. That first clumsy AI prompt, that first no-code app that barely works, that first digital product no one buys, it doesn't matter. Because each step forward makes the next one easier. Each experiment unlocks new ideas, and each tiny win compounds. The biggest gap isn't talent, it's who's willing to start before they feel ready. And once you start building momentum, it's almost impossible to stop. If all of this is true, if the tools are out there, if the opportunity is real, why aren't more people doing it? Why are so many still sleepwalking? The answer is actually simple. It's comfortable to stay asleep. Comfort is the enemy of change, and the modern world is designed, even engineered, to keep you comfortable. Every app, every algorithm, every device you use is optimized to keep you scrolling, consuming, and not thinking too hard. It's not that you're lazy. Your brain is just running on autopilot, and autopilot loves comfort. It's safer to distract yourself. It's easier to complain about how AI is taking over than to sit down and learn how it works. It's less painful to imagine starting something someday than to face the discomfort of starting today and not knowing what you're doing. That's the trap. Most people will stay in that trap. They'll keep living the same day on repeat, scroll, snack, stress, sleep, until they look up one day and wonder where the last 5 years went. They'll say things like, I had that idea years ago, I've always wanted to start something, I wish I'd learned that earlier. But by then, the gap is wider, the opportunity are harder to reach, the regret is heavier. Because the cost of staying asleep isn't just missed opportunities, it's losing confidence. It's a slow erosion of belief in yourself. The longer you wait to take action, the more your own mind convinces you that you can't. That's why this matters now, not next year, not when things calm down. Because if you don't catch the AI wave today, you are going to be left behind. And being left behind in this new era won't do you any good. But the good news is, the moment you become aware of this, truly aware, you're already taking the first step. What does it actually mean to wake up right now, today, in the middle of the fastest technological shift you've ever seen? It doesn't mean quitting your job tomorrow, it doesn't mean chasing some overnight success. Let's be honest, it's not gonna happen. But it means realizing the game has changed and starting to play on its purpose. Most people don't see it yet. They're still living by old rules, grinding out hours, stuck on task mode that is getting automized every single day, reacting instead of creating. But quietly, under the surface, something new is happening. The tools that used to require teams now sit on your laptop. The systems that used to take months to build can now be built in a weekend, with AI, with no code, with automation. Anyone, and I truly mean anyone, can learn that. And that's the shift. It's the difference between asking, how can I finish this task faster, and asking, how can I build a system that finishes this task for me every single time? That shift means everything. It's the person who uses ChatGPT to write an email versus the person who uses it to design an entire outbound strategy. It's the person who asks AI to write captions versus the person who builds a full content engine. The difference isn't just in output, it's in leverage. And once you experience that, once you build one small thing that runs without you, you cannot unsee it. You stop thinking like an employee of your own ideas and you start thinking like a builder. It's not about hustling harder. It's about building systems powered by AI and no code that free you up to think, to create, to scale. And let's be honest here, the hottest coding language right now is actually English. So you have all the tools you need. That's a wake-up moment, and it doesn't take genius. It takes one decision: to stop consuming and to start building. The people building right now aren't special. They're not waiting for the perfect idea, the perfect time, or the perfect version of themselves. They're using the tools they have, English and computer, and they're moving fast. They're stacking small wins and they're letting the momentum do the rest. Because that's the real unlock. It's not about doing more, it's about building smarter. One system, one tool, one experiment at a time. And most people, they never make that shift. They keep scrolling, they keep sleepwalking. But you don't have to. Because once you start, everything changes. If I want you to remember one thing from this video, is that you have all the tools you need to build your future. Because the tools you need to build your future today are the English language and a laptop, which you both have if you're watching this video. So on that note, start building, get caught in the AI wave, and I'll see you in the next video.